Just wonder what a great movie is. I sit there and I just think. I think and I think. David Cronenberg, body horror, and now we have The Substance.
I'm Sue. Sue.
You're hired.
Let's go.
A perfect balance of 7 days each. The one and only thing not to forget. You are one.
How's it going, guys? This is the Popcorn Pro coming at you. I know it's been a while, but we're finally back in business. And today we're talking about The Substance. I know the video is a little late and this movie has been highly regarded, but I was having some PC technical issues, so now I'm going to get it out to you. Full disclosure, if you're not into horror films or body horror or anything grotesque of that nature, this movie is definitely not for you. I'm just going to get that out of the way right off the bat. So you may be wondering, what is The Substance? I'm going to be straightforward with you. In my opinion, a masterpiece. And if you're new to my channel, I'm going to start off with the synopsis of the movie. If you've seen my videos before, you know I do my positives, my mixed, and my negatives. So let's start off with the synopsis. The Substance explores the dark side of fame and vanity through the story of a fading celebrity who's played masterfully by Demi Moore. Probably one of her best performances. She's faced with the pressures of staying relevant, which in a youth-obsessed industry, she turns to the black market drug, the Substance, which is a cell-replicating substance. It temporarily turns herself into a younger version of herself. Without getting into spoilers, we all know that celebrities will do anything to obtain their beauty, and things go downhill from there. That's all I can say.
The Substance.
So without further ado, let's get into the positives of this film. Much better. Now let's get this started. So let's start with the positives. One of the film's greatest strengths is Demi Moore's performance and Margaret Qualley. Sorry if I butchered that. But she brings depth and nuance to her character, and she captures the vulnerability and the desperation of a woman grappling with the inevitable passage of time, which I think is a great theme, especially for Demi Moore's character, because she's been around for ages, and it's such a bold role for her to take on.
For something new, it's inevitable. At 50, well, it stops.
So for my next positive, it's the concept itself, because it's been done before, aging celebrities, talking about beauty standards, but the concept itself is intriguing and creative in this way, and it explores themes of identity, self-worth, societal pressures placed on women who are just grappling at strings with the inevitable passage of time. The emotional weight she carries throughout the film makes her journey compelling and relatable. All the performances in the movie are great. I'm not even mentioning Margaret Qualley yet, who plays the younger character of Demi Moore, and she's just sensational in all the recent movies that I've seen her in. The next positive I'm going to get into is the body horror, and if you're a David Cronenberg fan, right off the bat, you're going to see the influence that comes off from this. You're going to love it.
It's a nightmare. I mean, it's a movie that tells a story about a guy who is beginning to change, and he can exercise no control over that change.
All right, quiet, please.
There's a reflection right over her face from this angle right now.
Directed by David Cronenberg, who's known for horrific thrillers like The Dead Zone, Videodrome, and Scanners, This version of The Fly is based on an entirely different premise than the original film.
In the original, a man and a fly basically switch heads, and you have this sort of instant monster created. In this film, when he comes out of the receiving pod, he is perfectly normal, but the fly has disappeared. His body has assimilated the fly, and more than that, it has fused with the fly on a genetic level.
And for the final few positives, the editing is just phenomenal. It's some of the best I've seen all year. This movie might be at the top of my list at the end of the year. I'm not completely sure yet. Dennis Quaid playing a role that he's not usually in, and he absolutely kills it. There's going to be something in my mix section about that, but overall, he does a great job. Now getting into the mixed. I only have one mixed critique, and it's the supporting characters. As much as I love Dennis Quaid in this role because he's branching out, there just wasn't enough of him in the screen time or the runtime. The movie was long enough, so I understand why, but his character was so good, I could have just used more of that.
They're gonna love that.
And now I'm just going to get into my minor negatives. I'm nitpicking at this point. You'll see my score at the end and understand why. The first one is conflicting tones. At certain points in the movie, I just felt I shouldn't be laughing, but I was. And I understand that it's going for a body horror dark comedy, but on the poster it said scariest movie of the year. And that's just something I'm sick of hearing. Just advertise it the correct way. Because as much as I think this movie is a masterpiece, it didn't scare me. It definitely grossed me out, but it didn't scare me. This is peak cinema, though, and it's going to be hard to beat this year. And my last negative is going to be the multiple endings it had, and it could have ended at different times. To further elaborate, there was certain scenes in the climax where I would have been completely content with the movie ending, but it just kept going. And that's not a bad thing because I did enjoy the ending. It just could have ended at different times, and I could see how that could annoy some viewers, so I had to add it to my negatives anyway. Overall, guys, The Substance is a thought-provoking film. It skillfully examines the complexities of identity, the lengths to which people will go to for acceptance, relevance. Demi Moore's a standout, Margaret Qualley's a standout, coupled with striking visuals and a compelling premise. I usually don't give movies this high of a ranking, but it's going to be 9 popcorn kernels out of 10. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. This is the Popcorn Pro, and I'm signing out.
Hurry, pump it up. Are you ready? Let's go.